So yeah, that would happen. Most of the high, like, I don't remember. Nah, it never turned physical with a confrontation like that. After, I don't think it ever did, but they'd be yelling, and, not with an autist anyway, but they'd be yelling and stuff because they think they'd have all this stuff and thinking that they can't stand up for themselves because either people won't care or they'll be surrounded by 10 or 15 bullies who are going to run their mouths and run them down, and if they continue to stand their ground, then the bullies will physically beat them up. That's what was happening throughout the childhood, and so even though the likelihood of that happening in adulthood is very slim, it's a mixture of the berating as well as the exclusion that's more like it. And I fight the exclusion by still putting myself out there, I'm going to be... I put myself out there, and it's worth it to have those 2 or 3, that handful of good friends. I'm not going to hide myself off and barricade myself from the world, because at least I can pay my bills, I can go to do these events. People used to laugh at me when I used to invite them places. Nowadays it's like, yeah, look at this, I get to go to these cool events. Oh, unless we went to that, unless we went somewhere that was run by the church, they're much nicer, from my experience. So that's the thing is things turn into confrontations, but we patched it all up, and so this whole fear thing of, because whenever I just let them, like I said, look, like if job places or things like that, people, if they lay their hands on you, they're going to be fired, which means no income, no nothing. Their life can be turned upside down if they get bad enough rapports. You think they're going to risk all of that just for a physical thing? No. But, and then once I found that I stand up for myself, half the time, sometimes the bullies would stop, sometimes they weren't, and then no one cared, and sometimes people did care. But so long as I kept standing up for myself, eventually it would stop, and then life would go on. And I've always had good friends, so it's worth it, and it's going past all the trauma from right up into your mid-20s from birth,